Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and what's in my bag time? So instead of trying to pull everything out of the knapsack, I showed you a picture of the knapsack, and I showed you a picture of my journal entry because I filmed this, and then I had this little what's in your bag on here, and it looked all cute, and I had a picture and everything. Well, somehow I've been having camera issues. So the knapsack, I use it as a couch bag. I take it with me when I go Irma sketching or plein air sketching. I take it with me when I go out of town and go visit my mom, or we go on vacation or something like that. So mostly bags go in it, and I have bags. So it's more of a what's in my bags. But all of these go in the one big bag. So I'm going to get the books out of the way. I usually carry, I carry my traveler's notebooks, but I usually carry a book or so with me to read. I have this book, How to Draw Almost Everything. It's an illustrated source book of pretty much, and it's illustrations, so it's not like realistic drawings. But if there's something that I'm thinking about drawing and I'm not quite sure, and I can get an idea of how to draw it and then add finer details or whatever myself. I also look up stuff on Google. I am reading this book, The Simple Living Guide, and I usually keep whatever book I'm reading in my knapsack. And I've been going through this book to help me with drawing people. I also have the one by Liz Steele about architecture, drawing buildings and stuff like that. And then if I'm going to my mom's, or if I'm going plein air sketching, or I'm going somewhere and I want to practice. And I also have a watercolor sketchbook that I'll take sometimes instead of this really big one. But the last time I packed the bag I was going to my mom's, so I took this one. And it was still in there. On the side pockets I have an empty container for water, and then I have the spritz bottle and this little bottle. I have another one of these somewhere. I got a set, and it had two of these and this for $1 at Dollar Tree, and they come in really handy. In my bag, usually this, but I had this out. This usually stays in there. So like if I want to go plein air sketching and I don't want to take my, what I call my fancy watercolors, and I just kind of want to do some practicing and stuff, or whatever, I'll take this one because this has all the main colors I could need and the little brush, and I'll take a water brush, and I carry lip balm. There's usually also a pack of Altoids, and I have my pocket knife, and this comes in really handy if I'm out somewhere other than Starbucks or something. So I have one in my purse, I have one in my car, and I have this one that stays in my backpack. We'll move the journals to the side because this is my sketchbook, and we're going to get to the pens. Now, before I get started on the Delfonics bag, because I had a request for my fountain pens. Now, not all of my fountain pens are in this bag. We'll get to the rest of them because some of my fountain pens are in here. And I put all of the fountain pens usually in this bag. Some of them, like I said, are in the pen roll. These two don't work. I'm going to fiddle with them and play with them, but I have the Pelicano Junior, I think is what this is called, and I have the Pilot Kakuna. And they don't work anymore. I don't know. I'm going to clean them really good, and then we'll see if maybe I can get them to work. So this is my red platinum carbon desk pen. This is, I believe, an extra fine nib, and the black one is a fine nib. And this one is a little too scratchy for my normal use, but I do use it. I've thought about cutting this one off too, but since I already have the other one cut off, I decided to leave this one the way that it is. And then I guess we'll go with the Gin House, and we'll go by brand maybe. We'll go by brand. Okay. This is a Noodler's Conrad. It came with the Noodler's Proctor's Ledge and the Noodler's The Whiteness of the Whale, and you can use these together. There's a story behind Proctor's Ledge. I got this one at Halloween, and I have really loved this ink, but it is nowhere, it is not waterproof, bulletproof, or anything. And I haven't quite figured out how to use this with it. I got to get some kind of container to do that with, to mix them. And then this is a beautiful writing pen once you can fiddle with it and get it to where it works for you. It's a flex nib, but I like the new, I want a Noodler's Ahab, and I want the new one, the Conklin that Goulet Pens just came out with that has the flex nib. Now this is my Pilot Metropolitan. It is a medium nib and it has Lexington gray ink in it. This and this are probably my two favorite like beginner pens. This is the Platinum Plazar, I think is how you say it. I don't know. And the Pilot Metropolitan. Either one are great. These you can use the platinum carbon ink cartridges in, so you can actually draw with them and stuff. And this has a converter, and it is the wackiest converter ever. It has little metal strips right here, and then it has these bubbly kind of things that you press in and all. It's like a balloon. Not a fan of this converter. And if I use this pen on a regular basis, I would get a different converter. My starter pens were the Preppy for $3, the black platinum desk pen, and I think probably this one, and then this one. I started out with the inexpensive pens, the Preppy and the platinum desk pen were my two first fountain pens. This was a luxury for me, spending $15 on a fountain pen. These were like 10 a piece or so. And then I got some Jinhaos. Maya gave me some Jinhaos. This is a Jinhao Demonstrator, and it has Noodler's Polar Brown ink in it, which oftentimes when you're looking through it looks kind of purple, but it's brown. This is one of the fancier Jinhaos. This has gold plating at the edge of the nib. It's fancy. It's a very pretty pen. It is a little, the cap is a little heavy, so if you don't want the weight, you could write with it unposted. But it is a gorgeous fountain pen, and I have Lexington gray ink in it. It is one of the ones I write with for like letters or writing stuff in my journal, journal entries. I like Lexington gray for the writing part of my journal entries, and I like the platinum carbon for the drawing, and I like Polar Brown for drawing. And for writing, I also like J. Urban's the rose scented ink and the lavender scented ink. And I like Noodler's black for drawing, the bulletproof one. And then I like Noodler's Heart of Darkness for writing. Noodler's Heart of Darkness I've heard is like water resistant, but I don't find it to be so. Those are my two Jinhaos that I use on a regular basis. I have another Jinhao right here. It is all sparkly, but I need to clean and redo and stuff for that one. So yeah, I guess I should have put that one in there, because that's... And one Jinhao I need to change the nib on. Or actually I need to change the converter in. So this is my Platinum Cool, and it's a Demonstrator. I have the converter in it, and I can take that gold off the finish, and then it would be all silver and clear, which would be really pretty. And this has platinum carbon ink in it. And then I have TWSBIs. This is the TWSBI Rose Colored 580 AL. I got it for Christmas. It has the Herbin's Rose Scented ink in it. I love, love, love this pen. The only thing I'm not a fan of is that because it doesn't have a thing for it to actually screw on, this wiggles, it moves, and that's how you put the ink in and out, how you get the ink in and out. And so when you can't really post this pen to here, it will go on there, but I'm scared that if I'm like move it or whatever, or trying to take it off, that it will make my ink go in out, spurt everywhere or something. So I don't post it, because it's not really meant to be posted, I don't think, the way that it's made. I wish that it were. If it were, I would get more of these. I would like to get the other version of the TWSBI Mini, which is right here, This does post. It screws right here. It has the threads. It will screw on there. And this has that Irishizuku or whatever it's called, turquoise ink. This is a medium nib. This is a medium nib, and these two are fines. These are the Echoes, and I guess I just got ink on me messing with that thing. See, yeah. These are both Echoes. One's a clear Demonstrator, one is the black. This has the Urbine's lavender smelling ink in it, and this has, this has Lexington Gray in it. And the blue one has and the black one has the lavender ink, which is a blue purpley kind of color. It, in the light, you can really see the blue purple, but I don't think that you're going to capture it really in this video. And that's it. Oh, I almost forgot the little one. This is my Pilot Pereira. This is a Demonstrator. It's the red on each end. It is a ruby kind of colored red. And I have the Proctor's Ledge in this for writing. It's a medium nib, and I really like writing with this. And this, like I said, this would be the most expensive fountain pen I actually own. It was about $60. It is a beautiful writing pen. I would like to have the TWSBI in all colors and all nib sizes. I would like to own every TWSBI. I love the TWSBIs. So next is this, which actually is my journal bag. It has extra bits for journaling. I have some paper, since we're coming to March, that I'd like to use for backgrounds or something. See if I can focus in a little bit more. I have my ink pad. Those are some stickers that came in Happy Mail. The block. Some little planner stickers that are almost used up that I have had forever. They have these cute little faces. Some little bits for journaling, little pieces of paper, little cards, sheet music, little stamps, things I can use in my journal, post-it notes, well, I guess like Project Life kind of journal cards. Those are some little post-it notes that look like clouds, and I've been wanting to use this in my... It came from an Ipsy box that was September's, and I've been wanting to use it, so I think I'm going to use it in the month of March in my journal. I have a Snoopy stamp with Snoopy holding a balloon. For those of you that are receiving the Inco Rimo, this will be stamped on the back of your envelope because I don't have any wax seals. I don't have a thing. I don't have anything to do that with. And I looked up how to do it yourself, and I would rather just go ahead and stamp my envelopes and save creating my own wax stamps for another time. This is a portable eraser, portable mechanical eraser. This is my date stamp. This is crafter's tape. It's the permanent. It's by AdTech. I got it from Amazon in a box of them. Don't get this one. I'm not sure about their semi-permanent, but this one, this permanent one, not a fan of. Next time I will get the Tombos again, or that other brand that Amazon has, or the Elmer's, because this brand, not a fan of. I have a correction pen, and in this box I have a bunch of little stamps. A camera stamp. This is number 3. This is the little stamp thing that I got from Bree. This is a typewriter. Oh, that goes on there. This is a typewriter and a key and an arrow and that kind of stuff. One stamp says create, some little weather icon stamps, an envelope for Happy Mail, a flower that says hello, a dream, create another little flower, and this stamp that says be happy. I want to start using some of my stamps again. Now that I have the mixed paper journal, it is a mixture of Tomoe River paper and the Strathmore. I can actually stamp on the Strathmore papers. So I don't have a case for this, so it goes in a bag for safekeeping. Some of you may know what this bag is, what's on the other side. I have quite a few of these. Before my husband had Crohn's disease, this was his favorite. I have a green one. I like the green, the apple. I like this. This is an older one. I use it. I like it for little pictures in my journal. I have been pricing the HP Sprocket, waiting for it to go down, and it's almost at a price where I can afford it. So I've saved up just a tiny bit of money. Not ready to purchase it yet, but I'm getting closer. Getting closer. So last but not least is my Delfonics pouch. And this is not set up for urban sketching. It would have, all of this would not be in my bag if I were going urban sketching. This is for journaling. I go to the living room and journal, so a lot of this stuff just goes in that knapsack and goes right into the living room with me, and I sit on the couch and I journal on the coffee table while I watch TV with Mr. Rockstar. Like I said, a lot of this would come out of this if I were going to urban sketching. I don't need all this stuff. So we're going to start with the outside, and we're going to work our way in. I have a paper clip with a copy on it, a regular plain paper clip. Well, it's black and white. I have child scissors. Mr. Victor and I both use these. I like these because they have a cap. I also have another little pair of scissors that have a sharp end for like the fussy cutting. And in there with the scissors, I have my glue stick. I have a combination pencil sharpener eraser in here by DeWint that I got in Art Snacks. I have an extra ink cartridge for my carbon desk pen. I have some extra pencil leads. I have a pencil to draw with. I have 3 different size Pentel water brushes. I have 2 different pencils. This is a 9 and this is a 7. And then I have this Faber-Castell Eco pigment. It is permanent. It is 0.7. Well, yeah, permanent, waterproof. In this pocket, I have extra bits. These are some samples of Daniel Smith watercolors that I want to try. They came in with the little half pans that I got from Artistic Cat 2 different times. These are my samples of washi tape. I took my washi tape and put them around these cards, and I change things up as I use washi tape now. These work much better than playing cards because after a while playing cards, the washi tape will get stuck that's hooked to the paper. It's not quite glossy enough, I guess. And this is the Tim Holtz alphabet stickers and the numbers, and I love these things. They came in Happy Mail and I love them. And this is a little notebook. It came from somebody in New Zealand, and it has a lady and it says New Zealand, and they're little purple pieces of paper, and they're great for adding bits of stuff to my journal, just like an extra layer. On this side, I have magnets and a paper clip and a clamp. I was putting the pins on here, but it caught on stuff and then it pulled the threads on my bag, so I no longer have the pins on my Delfonics pouch. I actually take my pouch with me a lot, so it goes in and out of that knapsack because I go to visit my mom's. I go back and forth from here to the couch, and I just don't want to mess it up. So this is a little zine about art that came in an Art Snacks box, and I like having it in here to kind of just look at sometimes for inspiration. This is my Hobonichi stencil, and this is an extra memory card for my camera in case I need it. And then these are the bulk of my stencils, and then my Lamy Joy. This is a stub nib on it, and it is great for drawing when you want the thicker lines. And I keep it in here because it needs to go horizontal, and it's too long to fit in that bag. So I have the stencil from Taroko Design. I really like that. I have the Moxie Dory circle thing to do the mood tracker with. I think I might actually do that this for March. And I have these. This is over here, but these are the same things for the most part, so there's no point in using both of them. I keep the other one over here on the craft table. But this is little icons, and these are shapes, and I keep them in here because most of the time when I'm bullet journaling or journaling, this bag is with me. The only difference is this is the mild liners. I don't put the mild liners in the bag. to go with me anywhere unless I'm actually just going to the living room to go do some bullet journaling or something, and I'm not doing it in here. I have this little coffee cup charm. Isn't it adorable? And then I have my Snoopy charm, Snoopy hugging Woodstock. And in here, here's where the good stuff is. I have my handkerchief, my pen roll, my old Hobonichi pen. It's one of the only ballpoint pens I really use. And that is it, and we are empty. Isn't that a beautiful color? I do like this one. I need to get a blue Snoopy bag like this red one. Alright, this is a little sample of Grumbosher's mixed media paper. And what I like this, it came in Art Snacks, is that I can take this, tear it into different size pieces, and do a little doodle or a little something on it, and put it in my journal page, and voila. And then I guess since this fell over, this is a little thing Mr. Rockstar gave me, and I keep little journaling bits in it that will go everywhere, and a little sample washi tape. Just little bits, sheet music. That's one of those little like stamps. Those are some little sticker things. Just different things. Ticket stubs, a piece of vellum, a little, I think this might be a die cut. I don't know what all of this stuff is called. But I just keep that stuff in here for journaling. I've been doing Use It or Lose It since December, and every week or so I go through some of the bits. Some of the bits that are in here, like that What's in Your Bag came from a magazine, and I had it in here ready for when I did the What's in Your Bag video. When I do the YouTube video, which will probably be Monday or Wednesday, might be Wednesday, I'm going to do the People Love People. This is the Latte Date, and that's a sample, Latte Date handmade watercolors that came from Designs by Rachel Beth. And I really like these. I keep them in there because I draw coffee cups all the time. So this is one of the things I would take urban sketching. It is set up. It has that compressed towel in it that once you wet, this little tiny thing becomes a towel when you wet it. I have a little piece of a sponge, a little pencil, my little pair of scissors for fuzzy cutting, a pair of tweezers, another little paper clip, some Q-tips, and a very tiny number 2, I think, travel brush. So this would actually be my urban sketch box bin. This is one of the things that goes with here. I don't need much when I actually go planar sketching or urban sketching. I don't need all this. So my watercolors, I moved some stuff around earlier, so it's kind of all over the place right now. But my watercolors usually go in here, and they're all usually lined up by color. They all go in there. But if I'm journaling in the living room, or if I'm going to my mom's, or if I'm going urban sketching or anything, I take them out and I set up the palette for here to go wherever. And it changes randomly depending on what I'm doing and the mood I'm in. But usually these are yellows and oranges. These are reds and pinks. These are blues and teals and purples, greens, browns and blacks and extra. Like one purple's right there, and that's a mixture of mostly Daniel Smith and Schminke watercolor. My handkerchief, my pen roll, this is a travel brush set I got from Amazon. It has a 12, an 8, and a 4, and they work really well. I haven't had any problems with them. They're synthetic sable. I love them. I take these with me when I go somewhere. If I go urban sketching, or if I go planar sketching, or to my mom's, or if we were to go on vacation or something, I take these with me. I have the Escoda Versatile travel brushes in a 4 and an 8. 4, the 8, the 6, the 12. I mean, those are the 4 and the 8 are, I love those two. Those are probably my two favorite sizes. And then this brush came in the Art Snacks box, and I really like it. So it's in here. I have a Faber-Castell Slim, like super fine, in here for drawing. And then this is the last of my fountain pens. And then I have this Tombow calligraphy Fudinesque whatever pen. I don't know. I can't read it except that it says Tombow calligraphy pen on there. So my platinum carbon dusk pen that I MacGyvered so that it would be easier. My Pilot Pereira in fine, and this has Lexington gray in it to draw with, because this has platinum carbon ink to draw with, and this has Lexington gray with a medium nib. This is my platinum Balance fountain pen, and it is beautiful to write with. It is a beautiful pen. It has a medium nib, and I really love it to write with. So it has Lexington gray. I'm a big fan of Lexington gray and platinum carbon ink. Those and the rose scented ink, I think, are probably my favorites. I used to love Heart of Darkness, and I still do to write with. But my bottle is an eyedropper, and it's getting to the point where it's getting hard to get the ink out of it. So I need to get one of those little ink reservoir or whatever. I need to get a set of those or something. Find an inexpensive way to do that, because I've priced them and they're too expensive for me to buy. So I'm gonna find something from somewhere that I can use for ink reservoirs. But anyway, my Pilot Eno in red, the acrylic white pen, the pink Prismacolor pencil, the white Prismacolor pencil, and the Faber-Castell eraser pencil. It will erase ink from typewriters and pens and things like that, and that's all that's in here. And this would actually go urban sketching with me, whereas this and this bag of pens would not. So these are mostly journaling pens. Like, I change things up in the pen roll sometimes, but these are the journaling pens and pencils, like the Pilot Enos in the different colors. I have a blue and a green right here. There's also a yellow. My Jelly Roll pens, my Uniball pens, my Faber-Castell pens, the Copic multiliners in wine. I have a Faber-Castell copper brush pen, and then the Microderm, which will write on washi tape and pictures and things like that, and a pencil, and a Micron, the new one, the PN, that came in the Art Snacks box. And that's it, y'all. That's all that's in my bag. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!